Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. Quite a fascinating news day. And without further ado, let us jump right into it. Bitcoin has passed by the $10,000 level and has increased its dominance over the cryptocurrency market, roughly sitting around 61% depending on where you look. Gold's price continued its run and marked an all-time high, same thing, to $1,930 per ounce. That's crazy. Bitcoin started gaining momentum yesterday and saw its price increase above the coveted $10,000 mark. At the same time, gold continued its recent surge by marking a fresh new all-time high. Some altcoins retraced heavily in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance has risen because of that. So I don't even know how to even start all of this. There's just so much actually happening at this moment. Bitcoin's dominance. So what we've typically seen before in the past is that as Bitcoin's price rises, usually past the $10,000 level, altcoins tend to suffer. And I use air quotes for that. What happens is we've been waiting for a while for this break above 10,000 US dollars. And what it seems like is happening is a lot of people are actually selling off their altcoins in an attempt to push Bitcoin higher or expecting Bitcoin to go higher because we have passed by the $10,000 level. After weeks of trading within a confined range between 9,000 and 9,300, it says Bitcoin has finally woken up. That's a weird sentence. The past couple of days are particularly action-packed. Yesterday, in a few decisive candles, Bitcoin surged to $10,100 on some exchanges. Unfortunately, the momentum was for naught as it retraced to slightly below $10,000 minutes later. In the early hours of today's trading session, however, Bitcoin's price made another leg up, this time more decisively, marking a high of $10,320 on Binance. Depending on where you look, depending on which cryptocurrency exchange you're on and you're getting your prices from, it kind of varies in ranges. I saw a couple of places were actually around 10,380 US dollars, and for some reason, or rather the number that's been quoted for a while now has been 10,400 or 10,500 to put us in official bullish territory. I posted yesterday online on here and on Twitter when we had passed by 10,000 US dollars. And it went up to 10,118 and then started slowly sliding back below it. But even then we went to 9,980. And luckily, we've moved back above it. Of course, this is the news of the hour. Everyone is very interested as to where all of this is going to go. We have thus far, and I mean this is probably one of the best indicators for the future, we've had no price slam down resulting from news that Coinbase and or BitMEX crashed. This is the 7th time, I believe, this year that we've had an attempt to try and go above $10,000. And this is the first time this year that we've done so without an immediate slam down back afterwards to $8,000 or $7,000 as some of the top cryptocurrency exchanges have gone offline. So it is just the beginning of the week. It is already looking like this week is going to be quite eventful because a number of things are happening, and a number of things also happened last Friday as well, which we previously spoke about before. On top of that, it says high-profile crypto strategist Peter Brandt says Bitcoin appears to be setting up for a big move that will propel the top cryptocurrency to a new all-time high. The veteran trader told his Twitter followers that he sees Bitcoin ending its multi-year bear market en route to a surge of around 400%. He said, "That is actually where my head is. Massive symmetrical triangle in Bitcoin points to all-time highs, then 50,000 US dollars. The top cryptocurrency briefly climbed above 10,000 on Sunday. Brandt also sees the possibility of a long-awaited breakout for XRP. He said XRP to BTC forming a possible inverted head and shoulders bottom. Maybe Ripple Labs, the bag holder, will be able to pull a cat out of the bag." It is now actually, I was going to say the top three, but we know that Tether is where XRP formerly was. There are a lot of people who are even anti-XRP or did not care for it before, who are stating that it appears as though XRP could potentially be looking like it's going to have a massive upswing as well. And in that same exact breath, Ethereum is also doing incredibly well right now. It is all based off of the news that we got last week that apparently the public test net for Ethereum 2.0 is on its way. Is it like 7-8 days away or something like that? And apparently, logically, after that happens, we should be seeing, hopefully, so saith Vitalik, Ethereum 2.0 sometime this year. That has caused, what was it, like an $80-$90 price surge over the last couple of days, which is absolutely insane because it always comes when I actually want to buy more. And then that's when, you know, reality kind of hits me in the face. Also, on top of this, for those of you who do not know, apparently there's going to be a second stimulus check within the United States. I talk about this in my video on my newest channel because there's really a lot to cover and it's not as simple as people just receiving a check. It's kind of like a, not an end all, but that's kind of close to where it's going to be. And at the same exact time, it looks as if that Bitcoin's price might have risen off of this news, the confirmation that it is going to happen, or so we now believe that it is going to happen, because that means the government is going to have to print trillions more dollars. Once again, to reiterate, they print, I think over the course of the last 3 to 4 years, I think $3 trillion was created within the United States over 3 to 4 years. And within the last 4 to 6 months, around 7 trillion was printed. And apparently the news is, or the speculation is, another 3 trillion will be printed for these checks. And also to sprinkle more money on the rich people who don't need any of that money at all. So, yeah. A lot's going on, and this week has only, what's today? Just begun, my actual goodness. Right, so that's all that news. We have no choice but to see how the week unfolds. Hopefully good things happen. Hopefully as people begin to wake up around the world completely, we finally see, I mean, we're only, what is it, $250, $300 away from the bullish breakout. I feel like we can do it, but I also have an inkling. This is just me. I feel like there are so many people who either view Bitcoin negatively or are trying to short and or bet against the market. And I think they will do anything they can to try and keep the market in place. Who knows who they are, but terrible, terrible people is all I can kind of say. Anyway, yeah, that's all that news. And without further ado, let's move on. Also, in incredibly popular news, Cardano's creator, Charles Hoskinson, says the final countdown is on for the platform's highly anticipated Shelley upgrade. In a new video, the chief executive of IOHK says a hard fork is set to execute in a matter of days. The change in the network's protocol marks a crucial phase towards the full decentralization of the blockchain, he said. Our last chance to abort will be sometime on Monday. During the weekend, the engineers and QA team will be conducting an exhaustive 72-hour burn to go through all the checklists that we have. We did a pre-launch checklist, and now we are going back to the second one. Should nothing come up, the update will be endorsed and the fork will occur without delay or disruption on the 29th of July. That is 2 days away. It says every indication we have is the sky is blue, the weather is good. We are now counting down towards launch. Hoskinson says Shelley is a big step towards accomplishing the vision of a fast, capable, and decentralized cryptocurrency that can serve billions of people. We are so close to everything. Remember months ago when we were like, well, you know, it might happen, might not happen. We are on the cusp of everything at the exact same time. If we can get, and this is probably the biggest catalyst, if we can get Bitcoin's price above the coveted $10,500 mark, and we start seeing a rally there, altcoins will probably follow, unless there's some type of other really crazy situation that ends up happening where Bitcoin really drains the other coins, as everyone is really highly focused on how high that Bitcoin can go. Altcoins will also perform very well if Bitcoin does pass by this number. Coupling that with, if that happens within the next 2 days, and on that 2 days, we actually get the activation and hard fork of Shelley, this will propel Cardano's price a lot higher. We are also a couple of days away as well from the supposed public testnet of Ethereum 2.0, which is also roughly around the exact same time frame. Ethereum has also been doing exceedingly well as well. This could be a great week. It's just up to... we have a number of factors. I think I'll say it that way. But I feel like logically nothing should be holding us back. So we'll see where this goes. Next up, ESPN is in the news. Not sure you thought I was going to say that. ESPN Global has announced the launch of a blockchain-powered gaming platform, which will allow competitors, to deposit and withdraw using Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies through Crypto Pay. The platform is also integrating an online treasure hunt known as Satoshi's... Really? ESPN is doing this? An online treasure hunt known as Satoshi's Treasure, with $1 million worth of Bitcoin to be split among 1,000 winners. Really? In a June 23rd statement, the UK-based company said it is in pre-launch phase of a platform that will offer some of the most popular games in one mobile application for crypto prizes. Seriously? Blockchain technology will decentralize verification and support for transactions inside the platform. They said cryptocurrency payment specialist CryptoPay is being used by ESPN Global to make the process a lot simpler, swift, and secure. The company announced users can choose a game or join a game of participants to compete in real time, and be awarded on the basis of the highest score. Really? All right, here's the actual article, web press briefing. It says, ESPN Global to launch the future of esports, the perfect pairing of online gaming and blockchain. It's kind of the $1 million in Bitcoin that kind of gets me. That's the okay. I mean, and also, are you paid out in cryptocurrency when you win these other prize thingies? I'm a little taken aback, and not because it's ESPN, like not that they're like the pinnacle of the world. It's kind of interesting that the last month and a half, don't you realize that we've been heavily adopted by many different places over this like 6 to 8 week period? And not even, all the major players, but we keep getting little tiny spurts of news kind of like this where Bitcoin is being integrated, or you can use cryptocurrencies to be able to do this. It seems like a really big tone shift from what we had at the beginning of this year or even the end of last year. Kind of cool. I assume this is going to catch the eye of a lot of people, especially if there's an online treasure hunt and you can get a portion. I mean, it's a pretty okay amount of money to solve a treasure hunt. But this also really helps crypto go completely mainstream. I mean, the word Bitcoin is already mainstream. I doubt there's anyone, like my grandmother knows what Bitcoin is at this point. Everyone knows what Bitcoin is. But it helps it like really go mainstream, because the idea has always been, when people get anything, if you have a fragment of gold, if you have a piece of silver, if you own some art, you start paying attention to the prices of the things that you own. And when you see that you've made money off of said things, you actually start to acquire more of it. So the same exact thing holds true. Imagine 1,000 people winning $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. And at some point they see that it goes up to around $1,200 because Bitcoin's price has also gone up. And then they start accumulating more. They tell their other friends, hey, I made money off of this thing that I got. And everyone else starts buying as well. We already know that there's not a lot of Bitcoin circulating around there. But how fascinating is this? Anyway, that's the ESPN news. It says Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, no complete list as far as I can tell. We can safely assume it's going to be Bitcoin and probably Ether, maybe a few others. But the fact that crypto's involved at all is very fascinating. I think a lot more people would be into these things, especially if you could get Bitcoin for free. That would cause a huge flurry of people to get into anything. Anyway, That's the ESPN news. Like I said, you didn't expect me to say that today. And let's move on. Next up, Ripple's director of product is rolling out the beta version of Payburner, an XRP-based e-commerce payment platform. In a new Twitter thread, Craig DeWitt says Payburner is designed to give or make it extremely easy to send and receive instant global payments. The new product, which started as DeWitt's side project, functions as a non-custodial wallet. DeWitt says the responsibility of safely storing the funds falls on the users of Payburner, as Payburner won't have access to their passwords. Payburner also allows users to send and receive payments using PayID. Users can set up their PayID upon sign up, which they can share to enable instant global payments. To send payment, users can simply input the PayID of the recipient, enter the amount of ZERP to send, and click send. Okay. To request payment, users can input the ID of the person logically, and then it kind of just, in the reverse order. Kind of cool. We're getting droplets once again of XRP news. I've been so here's my thought on this. I was reading around not just for Payburner but for many other things, and I was trying to figure out the actual need or desire to actually create these platforms as a way to send money back and forth, because it seems a bit redundant if you already have a cryptocurrency wallet. And then come to find out, a lot of people who've been trying to get into the cryptocurrency space actually find cryptocurrencies quite confusing. You might not, but remember that there was a point when we all got into this and we were clicking around and we're like, do I copy and paste this? Where do I put this? Is it going to go to the right place? So people need this like really big ease of payment and usership kind of idea, and this is why the idea of the PayID is kind of there. This was an idea for Ethereum. I don't know if they're still planning on doing this, but there was also something for Bitcoin as well, and I can only assume many other coins. It was the idea that nobody really wants to copy and paste a long string of letters and numbers, hoping not that they actually get it incorrect as they're trying to send it. So people just kind of simply want to be able to send something that says like, I'm sending money to Joan 2416. That's her PayID, and therefore she gets it very easily. It's very almost impossible to misspell it. Same exact way if you're trying to send money on PayPal, you kind of just enter the person's name or their email address, and bam, it kind of goes to them. But apparently this works for a lot of people. I could not see a reason for it before, but apparently a lot of these platforms are really taking off because it helps people have an ease of using cryptocurrencies, and this is usually seen as a barrier to getting into the cryptocurrency space, is having a really simple way to be able to send it. Like I said, it's easy for us. We know how to download it. We know how to unpack it, whatever, and then add in this number, do so and so and so. Maybe even some of you know how to add in your gas amount or your transaction amount. Normal people don't want to do that. When you're sending money on PayPal, nobody wants to send, I'm sending 14 cents as my payment thing, and I'm going to do this and click on that, and I have to copy and paste this. No, you want to click on the person's face and just click send. As easy as possible. Anyway, we'll see how this goes on. I think the name Payburner is a bit weird. I know it's not just me. I think the word burner inside of anything has... It could have been like PayX or Paycoin or Payment. Anyway, that's the Ripple news for today. And let's move on. And to finish things off, Japanese exchange Liquid recently unveiled a mass asset removal from its platform, with COO Seth Melamed claiming which he claimed necessary for legal compliance. They said Liquid workers, oh my gosh, why can't I read? Liquid works closely with regulators in Japan and Singapore. That was a weird sentence. Referring to anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism regulations, he said, as part of risk management, we have to take a conservative approach regarding maintaining listings and tokens that are potentially viewed by regulators as in conflict with rules around AML, KYC, and CFT, and the funds travel rule. How many things do they have? How many? That's a new one. Funds travel rule. I've never seen. Maybe I've know it by another name. But how many letters do they have against money laundering in this world? And I say this in the most honest way. It's usually the people, the regulators who put these things in place who are the ones actually laundering the money themselves. I don't think these letters mean anything to them. The exchange's asset removal list includes privacy-focused coin Zcash. A 22nd of July tweet from Zcash's overseeing entity, the Electric Coin Company, tipped off the public on Liquid's delisting of the asset prior to an official statement from the exchange. No full list, but just understand we are in phase 3 of adoption. Phase 4 is, we kind of all dance around, holding hands, spinning in a circle, falling on digital currency because we're all so rich. We're still in the in-between times where countries do not like certain coins. They are becoming very vocal about it. Remember the news that we had last year and the year before that cryptocurrencies do not pose a threat? For those of you who were not here, we had that news about every 2 or 3 months. Either from the European Central Bank, the US Fed, or any other country, they kept on saying that they looked into it and cryptocurrencies to them were no form of a threat to the US dollar and or to the euro or to any other monetary policies. We have not gotten any of that news during this year, so I assume the threat is real at this point, especially with government leaders trying to come down hard on Libra and delistings of privacy coins left and right. People were asking before, why don't I have these coins in my portfolio? Bam, it's kind of right there. These are going to continue happening. These coins will continue in their own parallel marketplaces. However, they're not going to be part of my portfolio. Expect as the year goes on that we're going to see a lot more delistings, whether that be from coins that had no point in being listed on multiple exchanges in the first place, or simply because governments are like, nope. But that's just how phase 3 has to go. Anyway, yeah. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon. I should maybe open the phone. Supporters: Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Steuer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moher Maroney, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Crypto Joe, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D, 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Nick Kanaya, Richie Rich, 3, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Chest every day. And Kyle Skips Leg Day, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, ArfMedic17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigera Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel who clicked the little join button below. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel in their own way. And thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently on this price index at 10,184 US dollars. There's that bump right there. We were scratching the surface of 10,400. I am trying to push my optimism down because I don't want to get my hopes up, but there's nothing actually in the way of us hitting 10,500 except for people who are not nice people. That's the nicest way I can say it. Altcoins are being drained right now. Said this at the beginning of the video. XRP is down, Bcash is down, ADA is down, BSV is down. Every single thing is down, and their Satoshi prices are very much down because it appears as though they are being sold off and that money is being pushed into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's 24-hour volume is currently 41 billion US dollars. Yesterday, I believe it was 22 billion. So one can only assume that everyone's like, hey, that one looks like it's going to be moving a lot, and therefore I should put my money into it. This is just logic because the other altcoin prices are also down while Bitcoin is up. Yeah, some weird ones, but that's bound to happen. Let's see where this day takes us because I think this is going to be a very crazy week. If you have the chance as well, don't miss my video on the newer channel because I go over exactly what's happening with the new stimulus package. And it's a bit of a doozy. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. I hope you enjoy your Monday. I hope you enjoy the beginning of your week. I hope it's not too stressful. Make sure to take out time for yourself. Go outside if you can. Go meet a friend. Go sit in a park. Laugh, listen to music. Do something to make yourself happy today and every day. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See